Hello again. We are on to part 4 of our hero's journey from the now into the Age of Omniscience. So part 4 is the time in which you are introduced to your mentor or your allies or your allies. And so oftentimes you might be down in the status quo, and this person who comes along, or it could be a thing, it could be an action, you may not instantly recognize them as the mentor or the ally. So it could be that bedraggled, wizened old guy, that it could be your Yoda, or it could be something a little bit more subtle, like someone that you are kind of brushing up against, but you realize in the end is there to help teach you and help you move forward in your hero's journey. We enjoy very much that this is the time where we were introduced, in my own journey, we were introduced to our guides as mentors. And so very quickly in my hero's journey, I was introduced to the pendulum and what the pendulum was telling me. So from there, I had a very clear mentor, and we are hoping that on your own hero's journey, that our guides will be there along with you. But we would recommend to look into your own physical life and see where your mentor and allies might be. It may be more of an action, it may be more of an inspiration to take up that painting class, or to go volunteer at the hospice center, because it may be something that you don't usually think of as the Yoda, but we will see what our guides, our mentors and allies have to say about that. We are delighted to be introduced as the mentors, as the allies in your journey, for we have been that for Randy. But we would say to you that your mentors and allies, as she was speaking, will come in a variety of forms, a variety of frequencies. And now that you are understanding that you are living in a focused frequency and you are all frequencies at all times, that is what it is to be multidimensional. And you're understanding this a little bit more, and perhaps the mentor is there to give words to this understanding as we are in the moment. And yet, anytime you have a co-creation or a coming together of energies to evolve, to share, to experience, to live, to have that which you have chosen from your non-physical perspective, that it is a relationship that will remind you that you are just as much your mentor as your mentor is you. So once again, you are all things. You are us speaking these words, which are maybe using a vocabulary that your human ears are not used to, but we are reminding you that you are all things within your body, within yourself. What appears to be external guidance is an illusion that you have chosen in your denser frequency so that you could remember. Again, it is something that we are choosing to do as coming through and speaking to you in this vibration. So your mentors, the greatest thing to realize about your mentors is to realize that your mentors are you, that there is no great separation between that Yoda and the Luke Skywalker, that they are the same thing. And the only reason that Yoda would be able to speak to Luke Skywalker is because Luke is ready to receive that vibration of guidance. So allow for yourself this sense of a plateau. You have raised enough in frequency that you are enjoying that guidance in which you are offering yourself. Now, the ego might go, ha, 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 I have received a mentor. I must be as good as the mentor. I can stop listening to the mentor. And then you would probably go straight back into the beginning, step 1 of your status quo. So we are wanting to say to you, recognize yourself as all energy and all life, including the negative. Now the ego, this is how you know the difference between you as your multidimensionality recognizing that you are all life, and the ego recognizing that you are all life. Because the ego will say, I don't really want to be the cockroach. I am all life except for the cockroach. I am all life except for my damn annoying neighbor that I really don't care for. I am all life except for, you know, the me that has to pick up my dog poop. So the ego will say, I prefer the positive. I prefer those things in which I can be proud of. I prefer my separations of who I am and all others, except when all others are doing only exactly what I believe to be my perfect reality. So this is when you start navigating into that space of perfection. We would say to you, listen to your mentors, because your mentors and your allies are teaching you that you are all things good and bad, that you are just as valid as you started in step 1 with your status quo, as you are in step 12 as the realized hero and multidimensional being. So love and appreciate your mentors, love and appreciate yourself, and start to widen your vision to see that the mentors and the allies are everywhere. You can learn just as well from the cockroach as you can from Yoda or your spiritual guidance or from us. Enjoy every part of it. Are you brandishing your sword? Do you have a friend named Brandon? He could help.